and the fireside chats continue. Day 2 is now in the books, and I'm about ready to go to sleep. But first, we're going to talk a little bit about my day. So I got the handy dandy iPad so I can go through everything that happened this past day, as in Friday. The second day I am here in California. So needless to say, we started the day off. We headed to pick up Eric so we could all go together, because it was Troy, it was Elizabeth, and it was Eric joining myself, and all four of us went to the Disneyland Resort. And it was a very packed, very eventful day. I want to talk about everything that happened. Parked in cult parking, which in layman's terms, that means that we parked in Monsters Inc. land. Everybody knows that has been following this network for the longest time that I do believe Monsters University is a cult, and I will not be taking questions on the subject. Anyway, that being said, we walked through downtown Disney, walked around, and we finally got into Disney's California Adventure about 8:31 this morning, because they're still doing reservations. Yay, that sucks. Hate it. Went directly to Web Slingers. So I really enjoyed it, actually. I love the concept of the ride. It's not the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man at all. It's very similar to like a shooter attraction is basically what it is. If you've never experienced it before, there's not video on this channel because it's not something I'm going to be able to take video of, and that's fine. You're shooting webs, and you can shoot webs to take out various things on the screen. It's a very fun, very frantic game. I really enjoyed it. I look forward to being able to do it later today. So that being said, we continued our time in Avengers Campus, and we did Mission Breakout. I think Guardians of the Galaxy is probably one of my absolute favorite rides I've ever been on. When it comes to non-roller coaster attractions, it's pretty much one of the tops when it comes to anything I've ever rode. I love the experience. I love what they did with the former Tower of Terror location. Now, granted, in 2009, I was not able to ride Tower of Terror because I was not really a Tower fan until later on. Obviously, when the world opened back up, I decided I wanted to start riding Tower more often, and I basically do it on every vacation now. And by every vacation, I mean every trip I take to Hollywood Studios. So it was great to finally ride Mission Breakout. Like I said, I'm not a big Marvel mark, but I did greatly enjoy all the really cool Easter eggs, and it's definitely something I'm going to have to ride numerous times this week, and I will. I'm looking forward to doing it again later today. So yeah, I love it. Troy gave me a little bit of a head up on something that is really cool to do. It helps with getting a lot of air time on the ride itself. So for example, during the drops, like lift your feet up in the air, it's pretty cool. Actually, you just feel like you're floating, and literally it is quite awesome having that floater air on a drop tower like Mission Breakout. Finally went to Cars Land, walked around. The last experience I had with Cars, of course, was Art of Animation, and I don't like the Cars franchise, but I love the concept of Cars Land. And Radiator Springs Racers, one of the longest waits we had all day. I did enjoy it. I do have video footage. It's weird because I thought I'd get better video footage, but I didn't. The queue's interesting. I love the like the country western music playing in the background. I thought that was kind of cool. Then we went to lunch at Flo's V8 Cafe. So I had some chicken fenders. Yeah, it was 3 chicken fingers and steak fries. And it's great because they took a cue from Universal instead of from Walt Disney World, because instead of having the trash that is Heinz, they had Bullseye, and that made me very happy because that's good barbecue sauce. And I also had a chocolate milkshake with Gravel, which was Oreo cookies. Oh my God, it was so good. Absolutely incredible. Speaking of incredible, rode it right in like a Disney manager. That's your segue, ladies and gentlemen. That was my return to the former California Screamin'. That's right, the Incredicoaster at Pixar Pier. Fantastic ride. Right up front, that was a really cool experience, being able to experience the ride. Obviously, I'm a big mark for the Incredibles, and I like the overlay. It feels very much different than what I rode 12 years ago. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed the Incredicoaster. And then we made our way over to Disneyland. Went straight to Haunted Mansion Holiday, another long wait. Yeah, I very much enjoyed it. I have video on this channel, finally. If I would have had the YouTube channel back when I went to Disneyland, it was 3 years before I started this channel, 3 years before I started Popcast Network, when it was just Welcome to My World, and what ended up being Pop, and then transitioning to Popcast Network. So yeah, basically, I really enjoyed Haunted Mansion Holiday. I've still not yet seen Haunted Mansion here on the West Coast, and it's full state. It's a traditional state. Maybe someday I will. I can say the same thing about Small World, but we'll get to Small World later today or sometime this week, because I still haven't done Small World Holiday. It's got a little bit of a longer stay of execution than Haunted Mansion Holiday, because it's about to close ski in a couple days. Small World's going to stay open a little bit longer, so I got a little bit more time for that one. We went to Docking Bay 7, and I did a sip and snack. So yeah, I finally got a sip and snack for you guys. So yeah, it was a cold brew, and it was topped with Cocoa Puffs. Really interesting. We'll talk about that later. Then I got to ride Indiana Jones, because number one, Darren said, he's like, you need to write it for me. I was like, sure, I can do that. And number two, I didn't really give it its just desserts when I wrote it back in 2009, because I was so petrified of snakes in the snake room. Yeah, this is an awesome ride. I really enjoyed Indiana Jones. And I love Dinosaur, I really do. But Indy was great, and solid ride. I can't wait to do it again. Went to Space Mountain. I like it. I love the helixes in Space Mountain. So it's not the same as ours. I like the ride vehicle better here. The concept is interesting. From the Earth to the Moon, this Space Mountain version 2, I get the vibe from that just from the queuing and everything, the way everything's lined up. I really enjoy Space Mountain here, but it's different, completely different from ours. And I'll get to that in a minute. And then we had a misstep for me, because I tried to ride the Matterhorn Bottega, shot major PBR. I tried to ride the Matterhorn bobsleds, and I was successful, but oh God, did I fail so badly. I cursed more than I have in a long time, because it just wasn't comfortable. The ride vehicle just showing its age. I still enjoyed it, but it's just not something I probably can see me doing again. Continuing the roller coaster pathway, doing their version of Big Thunder Mountain, which I really enjoyed a lot. Eastbound and Down is something I've been singing on Big Thunder Mountain for years, ask anyone, and needless to say, it works even better at Disneyland than it does in Magic Kingdom, so that was kind of cool. Really enjoyed that. Speaking of things that work better in Disneyland than do in Magic Kingdom, Pirates of the Caribbean. So yeah, ooh, awesome. Problem number 2, not really a big problem, but I got wet, which is something I know it's oh, it's a water ride, of course you're going to get wet, but yeah, it's a little bit more than I was anticipating. I do like the drop sequence in Pirates of the Caribbean. I do feel like it's a lot less of the shoehorned movie version of the actual attraction, like Captain Jack Sparrow and Barbossa, and just that's there, of course, but it's still kind of stuck in there a little bit, because it feels a lot more like the traditional Pirates of the Caribbean attraction that I remember from the Adventures in the Magic Kingdom Nintendo game, which I referenced a ton of times, and you can definitely see it. And didn't go to Blue Bayou, of course, because nothing I'm going to eat there, so that's not an option. So yeah, we dropped a little bit of time at Hungry Bear restaurant, so they can have some stuff. They had to have some food. Troy had a funnel cake, and Elizabeth was trying to have a bread bowl and ended up having a bread bowl, but that was way away from that. And Eric had, I believe, a watermelon freeze, something that did not look good to me, and loaded fries, again, did not look good to me, so I didn't go with that. I stopped at Galactic Grill and got me some French fries, and then I went to Pizza Planet and had my dinner. So yeah, I had a chicken Parmesan pizza, and it was actually pretty decent. Not a good portion size, but still good. I did eat there inside Pizza Planet because it is super cold right now. Granted, I know like, oh, and you're Floridian now. It's like you're used to the cold. You're not used to the cold anymore. You couldn't handle it. No, you're right. I can. Needless to say, I ended up freezing most of the night, but I was wearing my awesome water parks hoodie. This is the first time I've been able to show off this shirt because obviously it was like buried underneath my hoodie. And then we ended the night with one more run through of Space Mountain. And solid as always. And then, of course, I ended up passing out back in the car on the way back. And now here's where we stand. That is going to be what happened this past day. And we're rolling into Saturday. Saturday is officially Troy's birthday. So because it's Troy's birthday, we're going to do a split ski. We're going to do Universal Studios Hollywood in the morning and Disney's California Adventure at evening. And I got some targets to hit up. Maybe do some other things as well. And yeah, I'm finally gonna do a run because I've been trying to run since I got here and just timing doesn't work out, and it's super cold, so I'll be wearing my Spirit jersey when I run. So that is gonna be coming up later today, like in a couple of hours after I get some sleep. So yeah, we got that planned. We've got Knott's Berry Farm on Sunday, which I'm super excited about, and that's gonna check me into the Disneyland Hotel, which I'm super excited about as well. Tons of days at Disney, and it's pretty much official now that coming this week, I will be able to check off the boxes of The Lost Daughter, The Power of the Dog, and Tick, Tick, Boom theatrically, just like nature intended. That's going to be your podcast for today, or I don't know why they call it a podcast. It's going to be your video for today. Long video, but yeah, I did want to do a talking head video. I'm going to be doing those every single day here on this trip. More Sip and Snacks to come, more AJ content, more Ashley content, more content still to come. Still got fingers crossed. Feet don't fail me now. And that's going to be your video for today. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can at Sir Owen Disney. I'm posting a lot of pictures and comments from the trip. That's going to be there. I'm on Snapchat if you want to check me out, Sir Owen Disney. So yeah, if you want to follow along on Snapchat, I've been snapping left and right, so it's always there. That being said, I want to thank you guys and girls out there for watching. And until tomorrow, boys and girls, that's all I got to say about that.